Have you ever wondered who built the first pyramid? Not just any pyramid, but the very first one made of stone. We all know the Great Pyramids of Giza, but they weren't the beginning. The story starts with a man who wasn't a pharaoh, wasn't royalty, but whose genius was so immense he was later worshipped as a god. His name was Imhotep. This is the story of the world's first named architect, a doctor, a high priest, and the brilliant mind who single-handedly revolutionized architecture, engineering, and even medicine over 4,600 years ago. Forget what you think you know about ancient Egypt. We're about to uncover the true story of the man who literally built a stairway to heaven. Welcome back, history lovers. Today, we're journeying back to the dawn of Egypt's Old Kingdom, around 2650 BC. This was a time of immense innovation, and at the heart of it all was one man. Imhotep, the chief minister to King Djoser. Before Imhotep, pharaohs were buried in mastabas, flat-roofed, rectangular structures made of mud brick. They were impressive for their time. But Imhotep had a vision that was far grander, something that would stand for eternity. He served King Djoser, a pharaoh of the 3rd dynasty. Djoser wanted a tomb that would not only protect his body, but also declare his divine power for all time. He entrusted this monumental task to Imhotep. And Imhotep did not disappoint. His idea was radical. He thought, what if we take the traditional mastaba and ... stack them like building blocks, one on top of the other, each one smaller than the one below. It was a simple concept with revolutionary implications. But there was another, even bigger leap of faith he was about to take. He decided to abandon mud brick, the standard building material of the day, and build this entire structure out of hewn stone. Think about that for a second. This had never been done before on such a massive scale. Imhotep was inventing the art of stone masonry as he went along. He had to figure out how to quarry massive limestone blocks, how to transport them to the site at Saqqara, and how to lift and place them with precision. He was not just an architect. He was a project manager, an engineer, and a logistical genius. The result of this incredible effort was the Step Pyramid of Djoser. It wasn't just a tomb. It was a sprawling mortuary complex covering 40 acres, surrounded by a massive limestone wall. The complex engineering skills required for this were mind-boggling. Imhotep's team developed techniques for cutting and shaping stone with a precision that still amazes us today. This document is incredible because it's not based on magic or divine intervention. It's a practical, scientific manual. It describes 48 cases of injuries, fractures, wounds, and tumors. For each case, it provides a diagnosis, a treatment plan, and a prognosis. It shows a deep understanding of anatomy and clinical observation. Imhotep was performing surgery, setting bones, and diagnosing ailments with a level of sophistication that wouldn't be seen again for centuries. He approached medicine with a rational mind, seeking to understand the cause and effect of diseases rather than simply blaming angry gods. His influence was so profound that centuries after his death, the Egyptians began to deify him. He was no longer just a brilliant mortal. He became the god of medicine and wisdom. Temples were built in his honor, and people would make pilgrimages to them, seeking healing for their ailments. The Greeks, upon conquering Egypt, were so impressed by his legacy that they equated him with their own god of medicine. Think about that. A commoner, through sheer intellect and skill, rose to become the king's most trusted advisor and was later worshipped as a god for thousands of years. It's an unprecedented rise to prominence. So, what is Imhotep's true legacy? It's easy to see it in the stone of the Step Pyramid, but it's so much more than that. The techniques he pioneered at Saqqara laid the groundwork for the next generation of builders. Just a few decades later, the architects of the Fourth Dynasty would take his ideas and perfect them, leading to the creation of the smooth-sided, true pyramids at Giza. Without Imhotep's initial leap, the decision to stack mastabas and build with great pyramids of Khufu, Kafir, and Menkaure simply would not exist. He set the standard. He wrote the rule book for monumental stone architecture. Every colossal temple, every towering obelisk, every intricately carved tomb that followed owes a debt to him. He demonstrated what was possible when human ingenuity and ambition were combined. He was the original Renaissance man, a polymath who excelled in multiple fields. He shows us that the ancient world wasn't just a land of myth and mystery, but a place of incredible scientific progress and engineering prowess, driven by real people with extraordinary minds. The next time you see an image of the pyramids, don't just think of the pharaohs. Remember the man who started it all, the architect, the doctor, the visionary who, with stone and intellect, built a bridge between the earth and the heavens, and whose influence still stands, etched into the very fabric of history. Imhotep wasn't just the first architect, he was one of the most important figures in human history, a testament to the timeless power of a brilliant idea. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the hidden figures who shaped our world. Let me know in the comments which historical genius you'd like to learn about next. See you in the next video.